energized. It's been a really long weekend. But we do really appreciate you taking the time to come out. So just a couple things. First of all, we couldn't do this without our technical sponsors. So our technical sponsors represented here at the table. There are prizes from them, so definitely, we hope that you thought of how you're going to use their tools in your products and your apps. If not, definitely think of them in the future because they do make all of this possible for us. And then also, of course, our community. A lot of you, and we will see through the Eventbrite and other things, have found out about this event through a lot of the communities that you are already a part of. And we hope that in growing Brand Garage, you'll become part of our community as well. So we have events coming out in the future, but we continue to work with our community, and so a special thanks to all of them. And then, of course, our judges. So we have right here in the middle our panel of illustrious judges who have been here pretty much all weekend working with you, especially the Sears team, answering your questions. I was hearing stories of tweets going out at 4:30 in the morning to poor Kandorf over here, who he and his team have fielded a lot of your technical questions and marketing and business development questions as well. So hopefully you got a chance to really interact with the team. That is the purpose of this event. So our judges will be here to score your ideas, but really they're here to give you feedback. So we will collate all of their comments and their scores and make them available to you, not tonight, but in the very near future after this event, because the feedback to us is really important. And of course, as we're doing all of this judging, ideas that you guys like, please feel free to tweet them and talk about them, #SearsDevChallenge. And so with that, we are going to get started. Okay, so I do, Indy, come on down, we have a seat here for you. So let's go through the judges really quickly. We're going to go in this list so that you guys can see them. Let's start with, so you guys know me. I'm a partner at Blue Run Ventures, and I'm one of the co-founders for Brand Garage. Doug Chavez, right here. Doug is the SVP of Emerging Media at Universal-McCann. So for all of you who want to interact with more brands, who need access to their budgets, Doug is the guy that you need to meet and get to know. That would be really important. Andy Chu. Andy, you guys have probably met and talked to Andy a good amount this weekend. And George, you all heard from George on Friday. He's the other guy that writes the big checks, specifically from Sears. Indy. Indy Guha. So, for those of you who don't know, Indy and Bain Capital Ventures. Bain Capital Ventures is one of our venture advisors for Brand Garage, and Indy has been instrumental in helping us think about how we can format these events to really engage startups and developers. And for any of you who are going to be raising money in the near future, you should talk to Indy. Marc, Ruxin. Marc is a long-time veteran of working with brands and agencies and startups, and we really value his expertise in helping us think through these ideas. And he's also been an instrumental advisor to Brand Garage as well, so thank you. Okay, so Robert Scoble is on his way, but he needs no introduction, so you guys know who Scoble is. So he will be running in here probably any minute. Ryan? Some of you, so Ryan and his group at Palomino Labs is really active in the dev community, and we really have looked to him for a lot of guidance in terms of how we should be thinking about mobile app development, how brands and retailers should be thinking about developing APIs and making them more friendly for developers. So we've asked Ryan to join us as the technical perspective from this event. And then last but not least, Casey. Casey, we cannot do this event without Casey. So Casey has been our liaison for all of this dev challenge. So she put together, organized all of this on the Sears end, made sure she and Kandorf really kind of led the effort, making sure that all the APIs were here, the documentation was ready, all of that. And so really, you should be Casey a lot, because she made this all happen. And then Robert, we announced you already, but you should wave to everybody. So Robert's here, so we have our ready to go. You did all the, okay, we're ready to go, all right, here, take it away. And Mario. So we're gonna, we have Mario Tapia, who I'm sure all of you guys know from Mobile Monday. So he and Carolyn are gonna make sure that this goes really smoothly. So please, pay attention to the board, make sure that you're on deck, listen to Carolyn. She's gonna enforce. We're gonna be really strict on time, because we wanna make sure that this thing goes accordingly. She'll keep you guys on it. Let's do it. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? Yeah!